Well, this is a continuation load from last week's video up to Bozeman, Montana. I saw some cool stuff on the way there. Splice in a little bit of footage here from you for some photo opportunities I did on the 191. Came up through West Yellowstone, headed up through the west side of Yellowstone Park, up here to Bozeman. Awesome place to hang out. Hit some snow even along the way. Beautiful drive, one of the better drives that we do here, routing wise, going up that way. But I was up here in Bozeman the night before, got in here first thing in the morning and was kind of working around these truss boys here. They were hard at work, and we did a little bit of communication to work with each other to stay out of each other's way and that kind of thing, and just getting the load ready there, ready for them to take those pallets off. They, like I said, they were just slammed. It was hectic. Good thing for them, it took me a minute, maybe 3 or 4, to roll up all these straps that, you know how I be out here rolling straps by hand. It's pretty cool. I always like it when I am working on these loads and it's like you can see the sunrise coming up as you're doing it. It's just, I don't know, there's something gratifying about that, getting it done that way. I had everything done here, and then it took a little bit of time for them to get to the pallets and all that good stuff, which was no problem because was a good spot. It was a good morning, and I deadheaded over there to Idaho to this small town grocery store to pick up a load of cardboard, splicing in a little bit of footage here that I took from a break I took along the way up along the Salmon River there. Beautiful drive. As you can see with the straps here, he's stacking 3 high. This is 48 bales on the trailer, and I was throwing a gut or a belly strap over that second row, or that second tier, or the second course, or the second layer, whatever we're calling it these days. Him and I had to get a little bit creative about weight, I guess. I was a little bit concerned about being heavy on the back. I think he was pretty used to loading spreads, so but we finally got it figured out, and I ended up being well under. I was probably nervous over nothing. Was on a slight, not quite level ground, which can affect the air gauges, those of you who know. Anyways, foreshadowing, remember those gut straps there? That comes into play later. This was a no tarp, but I was halfway tempted to tarp the thing just because of weather. You know how the cardboard gets wet, but they were pretty insistent that it was going to be okay, and I guess they really didn't want me up there tarping it, which is fine. No skin off my nose. Someone tells me not to tarp. Oh, shucks. Oh, by golly. Anyways, yeah, probably a little bit much on the straps there, but I'll tell you one thing. That shit did not go anywhere on the way out there to Port Angeles, Washington. It was just fine and dandy the entire way. I had these tarps. I'm restringing them back up for what appears to be no reason, but I had actually taken a couple of them off because I was getting ready to move those tarps so we could put some cardboard up front if we needed to for weight, but all's well that ends well. Turned out okay, and we were on our way. And then here we are in Port Angeles getting ready to get unloaded, and I pulled in and I saw they were unloading, and I realized they had a clamp, and they were unloading, 3 at a time, meaning they could get, a full stack at a time. And I said, uh-oh, these gut straps are really gonna bind up the show. I've never hauled these before on flatbed. I did a fair amount of it back in the day, pulling vans. But, of course, that's a whole different setup there as far as getting them loaded and all that good stuff. So, anyways, I told the operator, I said, hey, I've got some belly straps over my second layer on all of them. And he looked at me and he said, dude, I'm going to remember you. And I was like, uh-oh. But we worked together and we did some halfway, maybe not, if we're going to be honest about it, not the safest procedures I followed on this, but I was trying to save him work. I was trying to get some of those belly straps out, and I actually had him pull a few out with the forklift, which saved him time and me time. All that was fine and good. What I don't like looking back on this video, to be honest with you, is me being where I am when he's unloading the other side of the trailer. You should never be on the opposite side with stuff like this, especially something divisible that can tumble real easily. I actually know of a guy personally that unfortunately passed away with one of these bales falling on top of him. It was a completely different scenario than this, and it had to do with the dry van. But, you should still be really careful. And me being over here screwing with the straps, I probably should not have been doing that. But lessons learned the hard way sometimes. In the future, I won't have to deal with that because I ain't going to be throwing those belly straps anymore on this stuff. My buddy buddy Glenn there that I talked to that works here for the company too, been here a really long time. He was telling me there's other places I can go and they'll turn me away if I've got those belly straps on. They won't even unload me. So I got kind of fortunate this time. But yeah, that was another one of those scenarios, all's well that ends well. It could have been worse, but we got it all figured out. This was a beautiful sunset. I was on a sunrise in Bozeman. This was like a sunset scenario in Port Angeles. I got some good pictures on Instagram if you want to go check me out on Instagram. Just my name, Jesse Barrymore. I got a couple of pretty good photos of the sunset on the port there that I was pretty happy with. And once I was done with this, they routed me back down to the Portland area to pick up some foam board insulation. And then that load ended up canceling after I already had it on deck. I did a whole separate video. I'm not going to include it in here, but you can, I just uploaded it to YouTube and it's on TikTok as well. But then I ended up picking up some roof and shingles to take to, a warehouse store. I got there the night before, got all set up in their parking lot, pulled all my edge protection and the straps. Not necessarily do as I do type situation, taking all of your straps off. It's a very rare situation in which I would do this. This works out because I'm getting unloaded just out of frame from what you see right here, and I can idle over there. There's no sharp corners, blah, blah, blah. But moving the truck without any securement on is kind of a recipe for disaster in most situations. But sometimes you got to use a little bit of common sense, and that'll sort of prevail for the day. But anyways, I sort of really like hauling roofing shingles. I'm not sure that I could pinpoint why that is, but I just enjoy the process of getting it loaded and putting edge protection. When they do different heights, there's a little bit of a challenge factor there. I'm kind of a nerd. I go a little bit crazy with my straps and my edge protection the way that I do it, but it doesn't take me long to do it. And I'm kind of goofing off down here tonight, getting it undone, because I was kind of doing some organization and some thinking about how I want to get the trailer set up a little bit better as I was going along. But it still only took me, if I remember correctly, it was roughly 20 minutes or something like that to get all this done. So, and that was dilly-dallying because no one's waiting on me. It's nighttime, all that good stuff. But, sometimes there's a lot to be said for just kind of getting a rhythm going and just following that one pace. Sometimes makes you a little bit more efficient, a little quicker in the long run than rushing through stuff because you're liable to mix steps. One thing about undoing a load, getting unloaded, the organization factor, if your stuff is organized, it's going to be quicker to get loaded. I try to model that. This is a load of beams here. You didn't see me get this loaded. They don't like a lot of filming there at that facility, but I'm here at the company yard and I'm replacing 18 of my straps. Just pulling off everything over the top there. I had some ones that were in pretty bad shape, and I also I really like my straps. You know me, fellas. So while I was there, I kind of sweet talked them into letting me throw a bunch of new straps over there, which, foreshadowing for next week's video, you'll see I sort of came to regret this morning as I was getting unloaded in Oklahoma, because those were all sticking together and actually caused me a little bit of difficulty getting them all undone. I was like, I should have just replaced 4 or 5 or something like that, but not too worried about it. This was putting me into my home time, so I was happy about that.
It's hot. They got the truck running. Hey fellas, it's Wednesday. I like to have this thing uploaded by Monday, but I was on home time, so normally I'll do some editing and stuff on Sunday, but instead of doing that, I was hanging out with all my girls, my wife, my 3 little ones, met up with some friends, spent some time with some family, had a great home time, hit the road Sunday night, back out and at it. Been slowly trying to just get this video put together, so my apologies for being a little bit late, but I hope that you guys are enjoying what you're watching. Please like and subscribe if you do find this content helpful or fun in any way. Go ahead and give me a help out there, and then I guess I'll see you guys next week. I'll try to splice in some clips here for the weekend with the little ones and all that good stuff. But yeah, anyways, I'm just about ready to get loaded here on Wednesday. This will all be on next week's video, but just trying to get back on the pace of things, falling a little bit behind, but I'll see you guys soon.